yeah, I've been really lucky my whole life to have people, believe in me and support me and all this and that. But it really started with me, and how I saw myself. And I think, it sounds harsh, but this goes for anyone. Like, nobody is really coming to save you. You're the one who needs to save yourself. I remember being so angry at God, like, why me in a population of 7 billion? Why did I have to be born with no legs and one arm? And I think a lot of the negative feelings I had towards my disability was because I had no confidence in myself, and I knew that I had to change that. And I think around that time I started getting involved in sport, and that was the first thing when I found table tennis. It was the first time that I'd found like a passion and a drive, and something that made me realize that for all the things that I couldn't do, that there was an awful lot that I could do. I think I suppose I've never been afraid of failure. It's probably because it's just something that happens to me all the time. Things are, I suppose, maybe a little bit more difficult for me to do certain things, and I've had to have that attitude that maybe I try it once, twice, 3 times, and I'm not successful, but I always learn, and I think that's one of the best. It's part of my mindset. It's probably one of the best ways that I try and look at life. Yeah, keep going. I think it's really easy to feel like a loser when you don't keep score, and so like I said, I set goals for myself, and when I achieved them, I started to kind of build the relationship that I had with myself, and I took a lot of confidence from that, and I began to believe that there's always going to be things that I'm going to find difficult, and some things that I'll never be able to do, but there's an awful lot that I can do. It took me quite a few years to get to a level in Irish table tennis. My coach was always changing my technique in the earlier days, and I didn't really have another player to look up to with one arm and no legs. Obviously, I was the only one, and so it took me longer than my peers. My peers passed me out pretty quickly, and so that was quite tough. But when I had my debut in Paris, in France, and that was the first time then that I saw people with disabilities, with similar disabilities to myself, just absolutely killing it, like playing a really high level. And when I saw that, then I thought to myself, why can't that be me? Prior to my international competition, I'd been at some training camps, and I'd made friends with the French and the Germans and stuff. Well, it was nice in one way, but they were all quite arrogant, and I remember they used to call me a tourist, because I was from Ireland, and Ireland doesn't really have any tradition in table tennis. And I also had a really bad technique. I still have a very bad technique, actually, but it's effective. And they used to call me a tourist, and I was so determined to prove them wrong. I remember my first competition that I wasn't very successful. It was in Paris, and the tournament was over for me on the first day. I lost all my matches and stuff, and so the next tournament that I had then, I was much better prepared. I still didn't do that great. It took me a long time I traveled all around the world, and I didn't start winning medals really for 3 years, so it was really difficult, and there was a lot of disappointments along the way, but when I finally got my first win, then that was the moment. I realised that table tennis was my true calling, and that all the hard work and sacrifices that I'd made were worth it. But I know I'm on the right path, and I think that there's faith in a lot of faith in life, and I think if you trust your struggle, your opportunity will eventually come. You just need to be ready for it, and that's why I work every day is to be ready. I definitely have plans to go for the next. I have no plans to retire. I still love table tennis, and I still feel that I haven't reached my full potential, and I think that's the biggest. Until I've reached my full potential and then I've given my all, I'm not going to give up table tennis, and that's for certain.